For more than a decade, Mike Wolfe was one of the most recognizable faces on television, a man celebrated for turning forgotten relics into valuable treasures and transforming dusty barns into gateways to America's past. To millions of viewers, he represented the dream of finding opportunity where others saw only junk. Yet behind the success of American Pickers lies a story filled with personal heartbreak, public controversy, business challenges, and a friendship that ended in tragedy. Born on June 11, 1964, in Joliet, Illinois, Mike spent most of his childhood in Bettendorf, Iowa, where he was raised by his mother Rita alongside his siblings. Money was often scarce, but those early struggles helped shape the instincts that would eventually make him famous. As a young boy, he discovered that discarded objects could have value. One day he found an abandoned bicycle hidden in weeds behind a neighbor's property, cleaned it up, repaired it, and sold it for a small profit. That experience sparked a lifelong passion. While other children focused on sports and entertainment, Mike spent his free time searching alleys, garages, and junk piles for overlooked items he could restore and resell. What started as a childhood hobby gradually became a business and eventually a career. Years later he opened Antique Archaeology in LeClaire, Iowa, a store dedicated to the unique antiques and collectibles he discovered during his travels. Business was steady, but everything changed when American Pickers premiered on the History Channel in January 2010. The show introduced viewers to a different kind of treasure hunt, one centered not only on rare collectibles but also on the stories attached to them. Audiences quickly embraced the concept, making the series one of the network's biggest successes. Mike became a television star almost overnight, and Antique Archaeology expanded into a well-known brand with additional locations, merchandise, books, and preservation projects. Much of the show's appeal came from Mike's partnership with Frank Fritz, a longtime friend who shared his passion for collecting. Their chemistry felt natural because it was built on decades of friendship. Together they traveled back roads, explored forgotten properties, and met collectors from every corner of America. Viewers enjoyed their contrasting personalities and genuine enthusiasm for uncovering hidden pieces of history. However, the friendship that helped build the show's success eventually deteriorated. By 2020, Frank had stopped appearing regularly on American Pickers, and rumors about tension between the two men began spreading. The situation became public in 2021 when Frank revealed that he and Mike had not spoken for years. Frank felt abandoned, especially during periods when he struggled with serious health problems, including Crohn's disease and recovery from back surgery. He openly criticized the show, claiming it had become focused almost entirely on Mike. The dispute divided fans, many of whom felt the program was no longer the same without Frank's presence. Their falling out remained one of the most discussed controversies in the show's history. Sadly, events took an even darker turn when Frank suffered a severe stroke in 2022. Although reports later suggested the former friends had begun reconnecting privately, Frank's health never fully recovered. When he passed away in September 2024, many fans reflected on the partnership that had helped define American Pickers for more than a decade. Mike publicly honored his former co-star, describing him as a dreamer whose humor and sensitivity left a lasting impact on everyone who knew him. While Mike continued building his brand, questions about American Pickers itself also emerged. Some viewers began wondering how much of the series was truly spontaneous. One frequently debated example involved the discovery of a rare 1967 Shelby Mustang GT500 featured during an episode that aired in 2016. The find appeared so extraordinary that some fans suspected production staff had arranged the encounter in advance. Although no evidence ever proved the scene was staged, the debate fueled skepticism about the authenticity of reality television. Critics argued that television production naturally involves planning and coordination, while supporters maintained that the discoveries were genuine even if filming schedules were organized. Beyond questions about the show, Mike also faced criticism related to his business practices. Antique Archaeology occasionally received complaints from customers unhappy with pricing or inventory issues. One dispute involved a customer who believed an online purchase had been canceled because the store accepted a higher offer from another buyer. The company responded by explaining that a technical error had allowed two purchases of the same item before inventory records updated. Even though the explanation addressed the situation, critics used the incident to question the growing commercialization of a brand originally built around simple treasure hunting. Mike's efforts to restore historic properties have also generated mixed reactions. In Columbia, Tennessee, he invested heavily in preserving old buildings and revitalizing neglected spaces. Supporters viewed these projects as valuable preservation work that protected local history while encouraging tourism and economic growth. Critics, however, worried that rising property values and large-scale development projects could contribute to gentrification and alter the character of the community. The debate highlighted a difficult question faced by many growing towns. How can history be preserved while ensuring long-time residents are not pushed aside by economic change? Mike's personal life underwent significant upheaval as well. He married Jody Faith in 2012, and together they faced serious challenges, including her battle with non-Hodgkin lymphoma. After years of treatment, she was eventually declared cancer-free, but the couple's relationship did not survive. They separated in 2020, and their divorce became final the following year. Reports indicated that the settlement involved millions of dollars in assets, making it one of the most publicized chapters of Mike's private life. Despite the separation, he remained actively involved in raising their daughter Charlie and frequently emphasized the importance of family. As he entered his 60s, Mike appeared increasingly reflective about the direction of his life. He continued pursuing preservation projects, collecting motorcycles, and expanding business ventures while placing greater value on close relationships and personal experiences. New challenges emerged in 2025 when the Nashville location of Antique Archaeology temporarily closed following a gas leak linked to nearby construction. Although the closure was described as temporary, it fueled speculation about the future of the business and the broader American Pickers brand. Some observers pointed to declining television ratings and changing retail habits as potential concerns, while others viewed the incident as simply an unfortunate disruption. Regardless of the rumors, Mike continued moving forward with new projects and filming plans. His interests have always extended beyond television. Through books such as Kid Pickers, partnerships with preservation organizations, historic restoration efforts, and one of the country's most impressive collections of antique motorcycles, he has consistently promoted an appreciation for history and craftsmanship. His collection includes more than 100 vintage motorcycles, many preserved in their original condition because he believes every scratch and imperfection tells part of a larger story. In recent years, he has even auctioned portions of the collection to focus on specific eras of motorcycle history. Whether admired as a preservationist or criticized as a businessman, Mike Wolfe remains a complex figure whose influence reaches far beyond reality television. His journey reflects extraordinary success, painful losses, controversial decisions, and an unwavering belief that the past still matters. While opinions about him continue to differ, there is little doubt that he changed how millions of people view antiques, forgotten objects, and the stories hidden inside them. From a boy selling an abandoned bicycle for a few dollars to the star of one of television's most successful reality series, Mike Wolfe built a career around finding value where others saw none, proving that sometimes the greatest treasures are not the objects themselves but the history they carry.